Another day, another story. Although only a few of the 70-80 species of poisonous mushrooms are actually fatal when ingested, many of these deadly fungi bear an unfortunate resemblance to edible species and are thus especially dangerous. Watch out on to learn more about these terrifyingly lethal mushrooms. Welcome to Tabo Eminent Channel. Death Cap, Amanita phalloides. Perhaps the deadliest of all mushrooms, the death cap is found throughout Europe and closely resembles edible straw mushrooms and Caesar's mushrooms. Its heat-stable amatoxins withstand cooking temperatures and quickly damage cells throughout the body. Within 6 to 12 hours after consumption, violent abdominal pain, vomiting, and bloody diarrhea appear, causing rapid loss of fluid from the tissues and intense thirst. Signs of severe involvement of the liver, kidneys, and central nervous system soon follow, including a decrease in urinary output and a lowering of blood sugar. This condition leads to coma and death in more than 50% of the incidents. Notable deaths include Pope Clement VII, who died of accidental death cap poisoning in 1534, and possibly Roman Emperor Claudius in 54 CE. Conocybe filaris. Conocybe filaris is an innocent-looking lawn mushroom that is especially common in the Pacific Northwest. Featuring the same mycotoxins as the death cap mushroom, C. filaris is potentially fatal if eaten. The onset of gastrointestinal symptoms often occurs 6-24 hours after the mushrooms were consumed, frequently leading to an initial misdiagnosis of food poisoning or the stomach flu. The patient may appear to recover, only to suffer from a life-threatening reappearance of the gastrointestinal distress, coupled with liver and kidney failure. Webcaps, Cornu-Damae species. Gills of 3 old specimens of webcap fungus, Cornu-Damae, in Gloucestershire, southwest England. Toxic, fungi, poisonous mushroom. Deadly webcaps, Cornu-Damae rubellus, native to northern Europe. Ingestion of these mushrooms is often fatal, with symptoms taking as long as 3 weeks to appear. The 2 species of webcap, the deadly webcap, Cornu-Damae rubellus, and the fool's webcap, Cornu-Damae oriolanus, are very similar in appearance to both each other and to a number of edible varieties. These mushrooms feature a poison known as oriolanin, which initially causes symptoms similar to the common flu. Oriolanin has an insidiously long latency period and may take 2 days to 3 weeks to cause symptoms, often leading to a misdiagnosis. The toxin ultimately causes kidney failure and death if left untreated. In 2008, English author Nicholas Evans mistakenly collected and served webcap mushrooms to his relatives, resulting in hospitalization for 4 of them. He, his wife, and his brother-in-law all required kidney transplants as a result of the poisoning. Autumn skullcap, Galerina marginata. Mushroom, autumn skullcap, Galerina marginata, a gildwood rotting mushroom with amatoxins. Fungus, toxic, deadly, fungi, poisonous mushroom. Toxic autumn skullcaps, Galerina marginata. Sometimes mistaken for hallucinogenic mushrooms, autumn skullcap mushrooms are poisonous and can be deadly if eaten. Common throughout the northern hemisphere and parts of Australia, Galerina marginata is a gilled, wood-rotting mushroom with the same amatoxins as the death cap mushroom. Ingestion causes diarrhea, vomiting, hypothermia, and liver damage, and can result in death if left untreated. While it is not especially similar to edible species, several deaths and poisonings have been attributed to collectors, mistaking the autumn skullcap for hallucinogenic psilocybin mushrooms. The autumn skullcap, scientifically known as Galerina marginata, is a small but deadly mushroom species belonging to the genus Galerina. It's also commonly referred to as the deadly Galerina. This mushroom is typically found growing on decaying wood, such as logs or stumps, particularly in moist environments like forests or woodlands. It often appears during the autumn months, hence its common name. The autumn skullcap contains potent toxins, including amatoxins, which are also found in the deadly Amanita mushrooms. Destroying angels, Amanita species. The destroying angels are actually several species of all-white mushrooms in the genus Amanita. These incredibly toxic fungi are very similar in appearance to edible button mushrooms and the meadow mushrooms, and have been collected by mistake on numerous occasions. One of these species, Amanita bisporigera, is considered to be the most toxic North American mushroom. Symptoms take 5 to 24 hours to appear and include vomiting, delirium, convulsions, diarrhea, liver and kidney failure, and often lead to death. Podostroma Cornu-Damae. This rare fungus is native to Asia and has been responsible for a number of fatalities in Japan and Korea. Its red fruiting bodies contain potent toxins known as trichothecene mycotoxins and can cause multiple organ failure in those unlucky enough to consume them. Symptoms of poisoning include stomach pain, peeling skin, hair loss, low blood pressure, liver necrosis, acute kidney failure, and result in death if left untreated. Podostroma Cornu-Damae, commonly known as the Japanese death cap or devil's bullet, is a highly toxic species of fungus. It belongs to the family Hippocraceae and is found primarily in East Asia, particularly in Japan and China. This fungus produces several toxic compounds, including cyclopeptides and trichothecenes, which can cause severe gastrointestinal symptoms, liver damage, and even death if ingested. Its toxins can be absorbed through the skin as well, so handling the fungus without proper protection is also dangerous. In traditional Chinese medicine, extracts from Podostroma Cornu-Damae have been used in small doses for various medicinal purposes, but due to its extreme toxicity, it's considered highly risky and is not recommended for therapeutic use. Because of its resemblance to edible mushrooms in its early stages, accidental ingestion of this fungus has led to numerous poisonings and fatalities, highlighting the importance of proper identification and caution when foraging for wild mushrooms. Deadly dapperling, Lepiota bruneo incarnata. The deadly dapperling is a gilled mushroom known to contain amatoxins. Widely distributed throughout Europe and parts of Asia, the mushroom is fairly innocuous and has been mistaken for edible varieties, though poisonings are not very common. Accidental consumption leads to severe liver toxicity and can have lethal consequences if immediate treatment is not received. The deadly dapperling, scientifically known as Lepiota bruneo incarnata, is a highly toxic mushroom species that belongs to the genus Lepiota. It's also commonly referred to as the deadly parasol or deadly dapperling. This mushroom resembles several edible species of mushrooms, making it particularly dangerous to inexperienced foragers. It typically grows in grassy areas or woodland clearings, often appearing in late summer or early autumn. Consumption of the deadly dapperling can lead to severe gastrointestinal distress, including vomiting, diarrhea, and abdominal pain within a few hours of ingestion. These symptoms can escalate to liver and kidney damage, and in severe cases, death. Due to the similarity in appearance between the deadly dapperling and edible mushrooms, such as the edible parasol mushroom, Macrolepiota procera, caution is essential when foraging for wild mushrooms. Accidental ingestion of this toxic species has led to numerous poisonings and fatalities, underscoring the importance of proper identification and expertise when collecting wild mushrooms for consumption. Thanks for watching. Request you to subscribe the channel